STEAM lesson for February the 4th is the human heart. This is a health objective. The students are going to identify major body structures and organs and describe their basic function. The book for the week is Someone Loves You, Mr. Hatch. This is not necessarily a book about the structure of a heart, but it is kind of for Valentine's Day. If you could find one about the heart, I had trouble finding one, so I picked this one instead. And here's the read aloud link. The word of the week is circulation, movement in a circle through a course that leads back to the starting point. Here is a cute little song about the heart. The preload or the pre-lab video is here. Click that and make sure you watch that before the students come into the lab. This video link will be up and running in the lab. This is the poem. I had a hard time coming up with the poem, so I wrote one. Feel free to make up your own. This is a great time to do that with your students or change this one up a little bit. Activity 1. Students will record their heartbeat per minute. So you'll have a timer. Use your watch, or I'll have a timer there, one of the little sand timers. So they're going to sit still and count, feel their heart, with the 2 fingers on the side of the throat, or find it on their chest, and they're going to count them and then record. Then they're going to run in place for 1 minute, count and record, jumping jacks for 1 minute, count and record, and then there will be a place. It's actually here. Looks like this. These are your journal entries, a place to draw what they think the heart looks like, and then to show them what it actually does look like. In actuality, they will sometimes be surprised. Second activity, students will take a small piece of clay, make it into a ball, and then flatten one side of it. Then place a toothpick in the clay. Next, lay the clay on the inside of the wrist. They will observe movement with each pulse. Here's a link that shows you how to do it, what it's supposed to look like, and here's a picture, just in case you need that. Activity 3. This is all at their table. Students will take turns listening to the heart with a stethoscope. Make sure that you clean the earpieces after each student. You can take wipies and cut it in 5 or 6 or 8 little tiny pieces to save wipies. They don't need a whole one each time. Activity 4 is right here. Here's the link. Watch this first. This is what it looks like. You're going to fill a cylinder. I'll have a mark. You don't want it full. You want it about half full, but I will put a mark for you. So you'll fill the cylinder with red water to the fill line mark. Make sure the cylinder is, I'll have it in a tub. Make sure it stays in there or water will go everywhere. Cut the end of the straw off of a balloon. That's this piece right here. It needs to be, you need to put a knot in it and cover it, so we don't want water coming out of here. So make this closed and then tape it up. If you want to just tape the end of the straw, fold it and tape it. That might even be easier. So right here you can fold it, crimp it, and then tape it. We just don't want water coming out this side. Stretch the other part, or the larger part of the balloon, over the jar, the cylinder. Then cut 2 tiny slits once it's stretched over the cylinder. Then you're going to place the straw in each little slit, and the students will gently press in the center, gently please, because it'll go everywhere. If this one's, make sure this is kind of aimed down. Students will observe the flow of liquid out of the straw with each pump representing the action of a heart. Please watch this so you know what to do. Here's a copy of the poem. Here's what the journal activity sheets will look like. Pre-K and kinder, your students probably won't be able to count to 70, some of them, so you may want to do half a minute or just actually have them feel and observe what the physical heartbeat. And I guess we can call that table outside my office. It's not always an estimation station, but it's more of a discovery table. So outside on the discovery table, there will be small coloring sheets with red and blue crayons. So they're going to color the arteries red, the veins blue. You can slip through here and grab enough for your class, take them back, or if they come in early like they do, sometimes there's something that they can do, and there will be that song that I mentioned earlier will be on the computer right there on that table. And I'm also going to print this off in color, laminate it, and cut it up so it will be a puzzle for the kiddos to put together at that table. So here's everything for the lesson for February the 4th. Something interesting just came up last week. We have a hospital that's going to be visiting the STEAM lab on Wednesday, and they're looking to see kind of what we do and possibly going to sponsor us and support our STEAM lab financially. So make sure it's all cleaned up and looks good, and I hope this is a good lesson for your kids. If you have any questions, or feel free to add anything to what I present each time. You've got so many great ideas. Just change it. If it works really well, just let us know and we can share it with the other teachers. So feel free. This is your lesson with your kids. Feel free to add to it, but please don't take anything away. At least do what's presented here. All right. Have a great time. Make sure you clean up and let me know if you have any questions.